Today's video is brought to you by the Ridge wallet, ridge.com/PIMPNITE. The Ridge is a quality, minimalistic front pocket product designed to upgrade from the old, bulky wallet. The Ridge is slim, RFID blocking, holds up to 12 cards and room for cash. It also has over 30,000 5-star reviews. The Ridge wallet comes in a whole range of styles, including carbon fiber, forged carbon, titanium, and many other styles to suit your needs. Ridge also offers other great accessories like phone cases, bags, mobile charging, knives, and a lot of other great quality products. Take advantage of the free shipping so you can get it fast, free returns if you don't like it, and it comes with a lifetime guarantee. Get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/PIMPNITE. That's right, ridge.com/PIMPNITE, and use code PIMPNITE, link in the description. Thanks Ridge for the channel sponsor and to all those who have purchased their products. What's up, it's you? For today's video, we're with full dual type moves Pokemon team. Dual type moves are very, very unique, and there's only a couple of them out there, so I thought I'd cover a team on this topic. I did include a couple of other moves that did more than two sort of types of damage to fill up the whole team, and it was very, very interesting. I'm going to explain all these dual type moves and some mechanics based behind them as well, because they're really, really cool. Now, my first opponent here, I don't really know what their trainer name was. Maybe someone in the comment section can translate. This one was on the Wycombe, and they had a very, very interesting team too. So we got a Blipbug lead here. I've got my Oranguru lead. So we've got Terrain Pulse, Psychic Terrain, Trick Room, and Trick. Now, Terrain Pulse is a really, really cool move, right? It can hit for different, multiple types of damage. So obviously it starts off as a normal type move, right? However, it's all dependent on what terrain is on the field, judging on the type and the damage too. So it starts off as a normal type move. It's got 50 base power. When you use say you use a Psychic Terrain, that's going to change it into a Psychic type move, and it's going to double base power to 100. So it's a pretty powerful move, right? And it's really cool because you actually do lots of different type changing with it if you've got all the terrains and stuff on your team. So we got the Blipbug go for the Struggle Bug here. It was dropping my special attack every single time. Now, in the team preview, I did see them have Blipbug, and I thought I should leave with Oranguru because I've got Trick Room, and Blipbug doesn't have the greatest move set in the world, right? It's only got a couple of moves, and I did have a feeling they may try the Sticky Web, right? So here comes another Struggle Bug on the Oranguru. I live on 69 health there. I don't want to lose to a Struggle Bug Blipbug, so I've got to take it out with another Terrain Pulse there. So that's going to do some mighty damage, and Blipbug, I don't know how I took it out, people, but it somehow went down. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here was the Sobble. So I was like, okay, Blipbug and Sobble. This is a very, very interesting team. Now, here comes the Sucker Punch. That is going to fail because I went for the Trick there. So I wanted to see what item I had. I thought, okay, another Focus Sash here, right? I gave them a Ring Target, then I received a Custard Berry. So, okay, Custard Berry, that's kind of interesting. Now, Sobble is going to go for the U-turn there. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Oranguru is super thick, and Sobble's attack is, it's not the greatest in the world, right? Next Pokemon to come in here is the Orbital. It's going to frisk out the item that I stole. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go for a Terrain Pulse here on the swap. It's not going to do a lot of damage, right? Because I had my special attack dropped like 69 times, and it's also a Psychic type Pokemon too. Now, Custard Berry is going to kick in here because I'm on a low amount of health, right? And I'm actually going to attack Orbital with a normal type Terrain Pulse. Now, obviously, it would have done a little bit more if I had 100 base power, but since it was only 50 base power, it actually did less. Now, here comes the Bug Buzz, and that's going to take out my Oranguru there. But we had Terrain Pulse dealing multiple types of damage there. Now, here's one of the really interesting moves. This is Hawlucha. Not the greatest matchup in the world here. On this set, I've got Flying Press, Hone Claw, Substitute, and Toxic. Flying Press being the multi-damaging move. Now, Flying Press is a really cool move. It's a fighting move, right? But it deals damage fighting and flying, which is very, very cool. However, it doesn't get stabbed on the flying part. It only gets stabbed on the fighting part there. I was that'd be like super, super broken, right? Essentially, Flying Press just opens it up to getting more super effective options, right? Which is really, really cool. And a couple of more facts about the move flying press, right? You can't use it in gravity, which is pretty funny. I guess it kind of makes sense because it's sort of like an acrobatic move, as you'll see as the battle goes on, right? And also it deals double damage to minimize, and it bypasses it actually too, which is really cool. So I've got a swap out there. There's not much I can really do to the Orbital here, considering it's going to do like no damage of flying press at all. I went into Morpeko here expecting a Psychic. Unfortunately, they went for a Shadow Ball there. Now, if they did expect my swap there into Morpeko, that was a good play on their part. Unfortunately, Sticky Web is on my field, so I'm probably going to get outsped. So on this one, we got Aura Wheel. Now, Aura Wheel is dependent on what Morpeko's form was. I also got destroyed there because my Focus Sash was gone. I did a little bit of a risky swap in there. I thought they'd go for the Psychic move, but it didn't pay off. Back to Aura Wheel, right? When you are, obviously, you're in full belly form, it's an electric type move. When you're in hangry mode, it's a dark type move. So that move can deal 2 types or dual type damage, which is very, very unique and cool. So now we're going to go into Glalie. Now, Freeze Dry. Freeze Dry is very, very similar to Flying Press, right? Now, Flying Press obviously does dual type damage, right? Now, Freeze Dry is, I guess you could say it's kind of the same, right? Obviously, it ignores the type affectings. Say you use a ice type move on a water type Pokemon, right? That would be not very effective. When you use Freeze Dry, it actually ignores that and turns it into a super effective move, which is very, very cool. Essentially, Freeze Dry just opens you up to hitting more things of super effective damage, like Flying Press, right? So those moves are very, very unique. I'd say those two and Aura Will are like the, right, I guess they're like 3 very, very unique moves, especially Flying Press and, Freeze Dry there. That's sort of the moves I really want to do on this team. So we got the Orbital going down there, and we got this Glalie, which has a pretty cool set. So we got Freeze Dry, we've got Rain Dance, and we've also got Weather Ball, and we've got Protect. Now, Weather Ball is very, very similar to Terrain Pulse, right? The only difference is you can use a couple of different types of the Weather Ball and Terrain Pulse. Terrain Pulse can use a Psychic type move and things like that, right? Where the Weather Ball can't. Anyway, so we got an Inteleon coming in here. You might be able to see what team they're running at the moment. Now, this is a straight up random too, so it's very, very nice to see like this style of thing. So they've got the G-Max Inteleon here. I was a little bit worried about this because this is like going to destroy the rest of my team. I had to somehow take this out, right? So they've got the sniper and range people. They're aiming for me. And Glalie is super thick, lives on 7 health. And I'm able to get that super effective Freeze Dry off there. And it does very, very good damage, getting a critical hit there too. Moody is going to give me another boost. I need to get a lot of speed boost from Moody to actually outspeed Inteleon, unfortunately. I can't do much here. Protect's not going to work, and Inteleon is going to take my Glalie out there. But very, very cool moves there. Hope to actually introduce some more like dual type moves in the game, right? I mean, you probably have to watch, right? You couldn't make them like both of them stab, right? Both of the type stabs. That was like way too strong, right? So anyway, Glalie is going to go down, and we've got 3 more Pokemon left. I've only taken a Blipbug and an Orbital out, so things are looking a little bit grim here. So I've got to swap in Hawlucha. Judging on the Pokemon I've got left, I cannot afford to swap it into the Dynamax, and Hawlucha is going to be going down. He'll be back the second battle, though. It's just in this battle, he didn't have a lot of options to swap in there. And if I didn't poison that Orbital earlier on with it, it would have been really, really nasty, right? Now, the next Pokemon to swap in here is Maractus, right? Now, this is a Storm Drain Maractus. Now, I could have tried to bait out the Water type move, but I was scared once again if they did go for a Flying type move, Maractus would have got destroyed, right? So, since it's raining at the moment, we've got Grassy Terrain, Nature Power, Spiky Shield, and Weather Ball. Now, Nature Power is a very, very, very cool move too. And it's all dependent on nature, people, the nature. All the nature out there. Firstly, before I explain Nature Power, I'm going to go for a Spiky Shield just to see what the Inteleon is going to be doing. So the Nature Power starts off as a normal type move, which is Tri Attack, right? And that's a pretty, I guess you could kind of say it's similar to Terrain Pulse in the way that it starts off, as a normal type move. And it's also based around the terrains too. So we're going to go for a Tri Attack here. I had no time to set up any terrains whatsoever. I got to take that Inteleon out stat, right? Now, what I wanted to do, right, is I wanted to set up the Grassy Terrain here, right? And that would change the Nature Power into Energy Ball. Now, say if there was a Psychic terrain in the field with the Oranguru before, that would be the move Psychic. If there was a Electric terrain in the move, it would be Thunderbolt, right? So it's pretty cool how you can make different moves do different types of damage. Now, Sobble is going to slide back in. I took this opportunity to go for the Grassy Terrain. I was wondering if I could leave it like a U-turn or not, but you know, it went for Sucker Punch, and it gave me that little opportunity there. Now, the item I've got in this is the leftovers, and I've got max, I haven't got max attack, I've got max health, and I've got max special attack. We don't have any physical moves on here. What am I talking about? So Sobble, once again, is going to go for the U-turn there, and it's going to be swapping out. Now, the next Pokemon to come in is the Dottler. So you can see they are running like 2 evolution teams on one team, which is really cool. So they've got the Blipbug evolution team, and they got the Sobble evolution team. Like, I'm not really sure what made them to think of using 2 of these on one team, but it was really, really cool. And I really hope this person does see this video, because it's a very cool team. So Dottler can be quite bulky with Everlight, right? I don't really have a move that can do much damage to it either. Like, at this stage, Tri-Attack would have done a lot more damage than the Energy Ball, right? I guess I was just hoping for like a special defense drop here. So here comes another Struggle Bug from the Dottler, sort of like the Blipbug. It doesn't have, like, it's got a couple more moves to use than Blipbug, but it's still, I guess it's still a decent, bug move to use against my Maractus. Now, my last Pokemon here, I don't really want to swap it in at this stage, right? But then I was thinking I have to swap it in, right? Because if I don't set up maybe my weather right, I actually don't think I'm going to be able to get through the last couple of Pokemon. So we got Reshiram on this team, and this Reshiram set is a Weather Ball set. Let me run over what this one is, right? This is max special attack and max speed. Now, we got the Sticky Web there affecting my speed, and we've also got the Turbo Blaze ability, which is a very nice ability there. So it's going to drop my special attack, which is a little bit of a shame, right? But what I thought about doing, right, is I'm actually going to set my weather up, and then I'm going to swap my Maractus back in, feint that, then swap Reshiram back in, so I won't have any negatives in special attack, right? Now, the moves on this one were Weather Ball, Sunny Day, Rain Dance, and Endure with Weakness Policy. So I wanted to make this a dual-type Weather Ball that I could do Fire-type damage, and I could do Water-type damage, and if there was a sand on the field, like say a Tyrannus slipped in on the field, I could go for that as well. So some cool sort of things there too, and of course if there was hail, stuff like that. So here comes another Struggle Bug here. I had to go for I actually decided here to go for a Rain Dance, right? And I thought that'd be a pretty good idea. But then I was like, wait, maybe I should go for the Weather Ball Fire instead. That way Maractus, if it does live the incoming Struggle Bug, could go for a Weather Ball too, and it'll be super effective against this Pokemon, right? So I decided, let's do that and swap it back in, right? And instead of going for the Rain Dance. It did cross my mind to do that, but I changed my mind at the last moment. So Maractus is going to get hit by the Sticky Web there, nothing I can do. And here comes a Struggle Bug, and Maractus is not going to be able to live the Struggle Bug from the Dottler, right? I mean, it's pretty cool. You don't see a Dottler, a Sobble, a Blipbug. Like, you don't hardly ever see these on one person's team. So my last Pokemon is Reshiram here, and Reshiram is going to have to come and clutch here, people. Otherwise, I'm going to get destroyed by a Dottler, right? So my speed is going to drop a couple of stages there, and we're going to go for the Weather Ball. It's still outspeed the Dottler, which is nice. I mean, Dottler isn't very fast, so it didn't matter too much there. So go for Weather Ball. It's a Fire-type move now. It's 100 base power. I don't think that crit mattered at all, really. It was in the sun. It was stabbed coming from Reshiram. Pretty powerful attack. Now, the next Pokemon to come in is Sobble. So, okay, is Sobble going to use Sucker Punch again? Like, is it going to use a Water-type move? Like, what is it going to do? So we got 3 minutes left of this battle. It actually was quite a long battle, to say the least there. I was like, I've got a Desperation Dynamax against a Sobble. I've got no choice. Roast me in the comment section for, like, there better be a roast about me Dynamaxing against a Sobble. I have to say that one. So we got the Reshiram here. I thought, okay, what I can do, right, is I can go for a Weather Ball in Dynamax. Now, you'll see it as Max Strike, right? But it's actually a Fire-type move. I actually think they should, change that to actually say that it's a Fire-type move. Now, Sobble, instead of attacking me, actually went for Endure there, so that was a good play, stalling a turn of my Dynamax out. They did try to go for a second Endure to stall out another turn. However, it did fail, and Sobble is going to be going down. So you can probably guess who the last Pokemon here is on their team. It's Drizzly, right? And that's also a Water-type Pokemon. So I've got one more turn left of the Dynamax here. They went for Mud Shot. It's going to miss. And now I'm going to go for the Max Strike. Obviously, it's a Fire-type move still. And, sorry, it's a normal-type move. And it wasn't enough to take it out. It lived on 1 health without a sash. Oh, you wouldn't read about it. So we're going to get a speed drop there. Reshiram is going to be small against them. Okay, Mud Shot's their best bet, right? I want to show them what I've got as my item. So I went for the Endure, right, to troll. I wanted to get that Weakness Policy activation. Then they went for a Mud Shot here. This time it's going to land, and it does very, very minimal damage to me, right? And I'm going to get a speed drop. Didn't really worry me. I wanted to hit them with a, obviously a boosted Weakness Policy normal Weather Ball. and it was like 50 seconds of the battle to go. They never picked a move there at the end. I don't know what happened there, but I think they may have been a touch salty that I went for Endure and Weakness Policy. Hope you people enjoyed that. That was a very, very cool team, though. Thank you for the battle, whoever that was. And let's get into battle number 2. This one was against Connor, and they had a Klefki lead there. I still can't believe I had to Dynamax against the Sobble with the Reshiram. On your PIMPNITE channel, people. So we got the Klefki lead. This thing is going to be really annoying. I was like, maybe I can set up the Scummy Day here and go for the Weather Ball, right? They're going to go for a Thunder Wave first. Of course, it's a Klefki. It's super annoying, right? So I'm paralyzed and I'm thinking, okay, if I can get the Sunny Day and the Weather Ball, that should still take it out. Like, even though I'm paralyzed, at least I can get one. Like, maybe I can get rid of 2 Pokemon here if they just go for, like, a status move like Spikes. And they did go for Spikes. It's like, okay, that's good. The only bad thing is Morpeko's Focus Sash is not going to be, working anymore. So now we've got a second layer of Spikes from the Klefki. I was hoping I could actually land an attack. I didn't really want them to get 3 up. They already got 2 up. And thankfully here, the Weather Ball is going to hit in the sun, and Klefki is going to be going down in one shot, which is very, very good. Now, I still do have the capacity to do some decent damage to this Reshiram. It's whether I can actually do it or not, because we got a Golurk coming in here. So, okay, let's go for Rain Dance. I outspeed the Golurk, which is very, very good. Now I'm thinking, okay, a Ground-type move is probably most definitely coming my way. Can I live the Ground-type move, possibly Earthquake, and it was Earthquake, and then take the Golurk out with the Water Weather Ball? Unfortunately, I could not, and Golurk is going to take me out in one shot there. That would have been really cool if I could got that off, but no, Golurk's got some good attack, and it's got Life Orb as well, so there's no way I was living that one. Now we're going to go into Maractus here. I was like, let's go for Weather Ball and Maractus, right? I'm going to go for that, and Maractus has got a lot of special attack there. I knew Golurk would not be able to live that one at all. I'm guessing they were running something like Max Health and Max Attack. I get a crit there. I wonder if that actually mattered. I don't really know if it mattered or not. It's Golurk, right? So getting some leftovers recover there on my Maractus since Spikes was dropped on the field twice. Now, the next Pokemon here to come in was the Blisseys. I was like, okay, Blissey. Man, I can't do much against this at all with any special moves. I've got to go into Hawlucha, right? Now, Hawlucha, I mean, this could definitely cause a swap here, I was thinking, but I might be able to create like a free substitute up. Instead of actually using a status move, they went for Ice Beam. I was like, oh no, that's a 2-hit KO. I actually have to attack here. So go for Flying Press. Like, oh no, I hope this doesn't have like a Focus Sash, but it didn't, and Blissey is going to go down in one shot there. Now, obviously, when you use Dynamax on Flying Press, it'll come up as Max Knuckle there too. If you do have any other questions about any of these sort of moves, just put them below in the comment section. I'll try and have a look at it after I why I eat my breakfast. I'll have a look. Normally, I read my comment section why I eat breakfast every morning. Like, I just go through all my recent comments I got on all of my videos for that day. It's like a cool little thing you can do on your phone. Anyway, back to the battle. We got a Calyrex coming in there. Never seen this Pokemon before. It's going to go for a Psychic, right? And Oranguru is going to eat that like a snack. Now, they're going to swap out their Calyrex here, and they're going to bring in their Aegislash. Now, this Aegislash was very, very interesting there. Like, wait till you see what this set was, right? Firstly, Oranguru is going to set up the Trick Room. So it's like, okay, I can go for Ring Target here, right? This will be very, very good. So tricking the Ring Target to the Aegislash is like, finally, I'm going to be able to land, like, maybe a Flying Press on it. And instead of getting, like, a useful item, I got Silver Powder. Silver Power Aegislash only on PIMPNITE channel. What were they doing with Silver Powder? Then they popped out a Fury Cutter Venusaur on me. So the next one's definitely probably going to take me out. So I had to set up the Psychic Terrain there for the rest of my team. I mean, I couldn't do anything anyway, right? Because I only had like a normal type move, and I had to go change my, terrain to actually change the type of the move. So the Aegislash is going to take me out with a Fury Cutter there, and if I don't stop this thing soon, I'm going to get swept by Fury Cutter Aegislash. Now, the next Pokemon I thought to come in here would be Maractus, right? I thought this would make some nice bait. So what I did, right, is I went for the Spiky Shield, and obviously they're going to attack me there with the Fury Cutter, and Fury Cutter is going to hit the spikes, and obviously its power is going to reset now, right, that it wasn't successful. So I'm going to get some damage with Spiky Shield, and I'm also going to get that Fury Cutter getting drastically powered down to its first stage. So now I can go for the Nature Power, turning it into Psychics in Psychic Terrain. is up on the field there, and it does pretty good damage there. Obviously, Blade isn't super bulky either, which, you know, obviously helped me a lot there. So you're getting a nice special defense drop there. I don't think it really mattered too much. I think I was probably definitely taking out, you know, the next turn there, right? So Maractus can go for a Psychic, obviously the Psychic from the Nature Power, and the Trick Room is going to wear off here. So I thought, okay, I've got to go for Spiky Shield once again. I cannot risk the Aegislash actually going for another Fury card, right? Can't believe I'm bursting a Fury card at Aegislash, people. So now, right, they're going to get some more damage. Maractus is going to get another round of the leftovers, which is fine, putting me back right in the green, right. So going for the Fury card on my Maractus again does 70 damage, which is pretty good for the first one. And I went for another Nature Power here. The great thing for me is that you know, the Psychic Train actually lasted that long. If it didn't, I was done, right, because I only had Weatherboard Nature Power. So we got the Maractus getting a little bit more left to recovery there, and the Aegislash is going to be going away. So that was very lucky there, because I only had one more turn of that left. So here comes the Calyrex. I was like, okay, this is probably going to be the Dynamax Pokemon, you know, 1000% here, right? So in comes Calyrex. There's nothing I can do to this. There's not a lot of Pokemon I can really swap in either. I actually really wanted to give the Calyrex a ring target, but I ended up giving it to Aegislash instead. So they're going to go for the Astral Scum Barrage, and my Maractus is going to be going down there. So all I've got left, right, is Hawlucha with a fighting move, which is going to do nothing, and I've got Morpeko. So like, okay, it's time for Morpeko here. I've got a Dynamax Morpeko. I've got no choice whatsoever. So first thing what I did right is I went for Protect, because you got to use Protection sometimes, and Calyrex is going to go for a Giga Drain. So like, okay, Giga Drain. Obviously, they want to go for that neutral damage rather than not very effective, right? So I was like, okay, I'm in Hangry mode now. I'm actually a Hangry in real life, and I'm going to go for the Dynamax Morpeko. I've got to go for that Dark type move, right, which is very, very cool. And that just should be enough to take out the Calyrex super, super easy. Even if they Dynamax, this would do like a lot of damage to them, right? So getting a lot of health back, I was sort of wondering what they would actually do. I believe I could live a Giga Drain badly. Then they went for an Astral Barrage, and I lived on 19 health. Woo, that was so close. Go for the Max Darkness, and Calyrex is going to be going down there, which is very, very good. Like, if that took me out, that was 1,000% gain, right? So my form is going to be swapping there back into my belly, full belly form, right? The last Pokemon is the Ferrothorn. I went for Max Guard there. Just want to see what they're going to do. I thought they made Dynamax, but they didn't. They went for Power Whip instead. So like, okay, Power Whip. That's cool. However, that is definitely going to take me out, right? So back into the Hangry mode again. I can go for Max Darkness here. Obviously, that's going to be neutral damage. And it does very good damage to Ferrothorn. It does like 3/4 of Ferrothorn's health, right? So I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Now, the only thing here I've got going for me, right, is Ferrothorn sort of works better under not Dynamaxing, right? Like, it's got moves like Thunder Wave, Leech Seed, you know. It's okay in Dynamax, right? But it doesn't do, like, a lot of damage in Dynamax, right? But it is the last Pokemon, and I definitely was expecting. However, I did a lot of damage to them already, so it's like, it doesn't really matter if they go on Dynamax or not here. I think I've got them. So going for the Aura Wheel here, obviously it's not going to do a lot of damage to Ferrothorn. It's going to be not very effective, and that's all right there. Now Ferrothorn, instead of attacking me, is going to go for an Ingrain. So it's got the Leech Seed and it's got the Ingrain going. Now, you don't really see Ingrain too much there, but it's a very, very cool move. What it does, right, it gives you nutrients each turn. Obviously, you heal, and it traps you in. It's not a bad move if you're the last Pokemon, right, but it's quite difficult to use because you find in a Pokemon battle, usually you want to be swapping, right? You really have to be like, okay, I can't swap after I use Ingrain. So we're going to go to Glalie now. I do have Hawlucha in the back. I'm going to go for the Freeze Dry here. I thought if they Dynamax this turn, I should nearly be able to take them out. And that one right there was a crit. So even if they Dynamax then, that would have been game. Hope you enjoyed both these battles, people. Learned a thing or two. I'll catch you for another battle possibly tomorrow. Peace out, people.